Hey guys, welcome to another B-Rocks video. I have a couple things I want to share with you guys tonight. First being my sales for the month of February. In February I sold 56 items for $1,527.95. And after $70.52 in taxes and government fees, $535.11 of selling cost, that leaves me with $922.32, but I also have to subtract what I paid for the items, and that was $276.72. So that brings my net down to $645.60 for February. I've been doing this for 7 years. January and February, most years have been, weaker in sales, and really it's not because that sales actually slow, which they have, but it's more so to do with I teach and coach, and baseball starts up. We start baseball workouts in January, and officially start practice February 15th, although a little bit later this year due to COVID. But it takes up my time, and I believe in feeding the beast, meaning that I'm getting items in the stores on eBay, and that boosts the algorithm, and you have sales. Anybody that's been doing eBay for a while knows that you have to actively be listing, and in order for the algorithm to really keep you bumped up there in the search listings, where, or the search results where your items are being seen. So it is what it is, but I'm different than other sellers. I don't do this full time. I do this part time, although in some months I make full time type money. But I love my job. I love what I do during the day, and it allows me to run this eBay business, and the money I make off of it, I reinvest it into the business and into some other things and take some chances. Just to give you the context of things. If you haven't seen some of my other videos, you're talking about, my family, we're out of debt, our house is paid for, we don't have any car payments, things like that eat up our monthly income. So my teaching check, it's completely separate of what I do with my business. My teaching check just pays for our everyday cost here. Some of it goes into savings, and then what I do on my eBay business, like I said, I just put it back into the business, and I use it for investments where I take some chances, and that's actually what I'm going to talk about tonight. Or the second thing I was wanting to discuss, are how I've made some pivots in what I'm doing with my money, because it was time to start doing something and taking a little bit more risk. And so, it's chances that I'm taking that if I lose the money, it can go all the way to zero. It's fine. It's okay. But at the same time, I'm taking the risk for a reason. I'm looking to really make some investments that hopefully can multiply, and I can see my money grow in the long run, and I think I will. And I'm going to share with you guys what I'm doing. The first and foremost, you've started to hear me talk about sports cards more lately, and I'm still going to be doing, the thrifting season for me is coming up, meaning that eventually, here in a couple of months, school's going to be over with. I'm going to be going out to thrift stores more. Baseball season, high school baseball season, will be coming to an end in June, early June, and garage sales, yard sales, things like that. I'll still be doing all of that, and because I do have a true passion for buying and reselling clothing, especially vintage, especially sports jerseys and things like that. So I don't want to stop doing that, but at the same time, the pivot I've made is I'm buying a lot more sports cards online, almost like stock, holding and reselling. And some things I hold for short term over the course of weeks or maybe a couple of months. Then some are mid-range things that I'm waiting on, like some basketball cards, for example, that I'm buying and holding and waiting for the NBA playoffs, a few months down the road, or the finals, with some of these players that may reach the NBA finals, and their cards, instantly go up. Same goes for, with baseball. Baseball season's amping up. Their cards are starting to go up. I've got some cards that I want to flip over the next few weeks to few months. So short term to mid range, and then I'm already looking into next football season, some longer range type stuff. And then I have some things that I'm going to be holding for a really long time, meaning a few years or more. And I've got some things I want to share with you guys here, some examples of what I've been buying, and to give you some context to just what I'm doing. So with that said, some prospects coming in this year in baseball. I've been buying some Royce Lewis PSA 9 and 10 refractors. I've actually bought these a few months back in anticipation of baseball season, so these would be what I call a mid-range type investment in regards to how long I'd hold on to them. I bought these for 25, $30 or so, and I'm looking to jump on those probably around $100. And I've also bought some Adley Rushman cards. Love Adley Rushman, catcher for the Orioles. Once again, refractors, PSA 9 and 10s. I usually just buy 9s or 10s. Sometimes I'll drop down to 8 on some of the older rookies or older rookie cards. But a lot of times I just stay around the 9 and the 10s. I also picked up this. I'll pick up some ungraded cards that are like low serial numbered. You can see here it's numbered, I think, 2 out of 10. And it's got a button off his jersey as well as his signature on card. Again, Adley Rushman. And, I bought this for like $110 or so. And this is probably going to be a longer term hold, because I'd love to get $250 to $300 out of this someday. Gavin Lux, it's a guy that I bought over a year ago, Bowman's Best autograph refractor, that bought for about $110 or so. I'm looking to get hopefully anywhere from 170 to 200 out of it. Hopefully I can get that this season. And he's got a chance to be starting in the majors fairly early, given all the Dodger talk about what they're trying to do with him. If that's the case, then I may bump up my jump price, for what I'm looking for out of it. I bought this for $150. I have it for $500 in my store right now. It's a blue 2016 Bowman Draft, blue chrome, numbered out of 150, and I paid $150 for it. I've already had a couple of offers of $360 and $375, which is a good return, but I'm looking for at least $400. And I tend to, when I have a jump price, I tend to stick to that until at some point I may realize that I may need to drop it, but I don't think I will with him. If anything, given how he does in spring training, I may bump up my price in my store, which in turn would bump up my jump price of $400 on that card. Now, I know some of you may not be into sports cards. You may not understand this. I get it, but at the same time, it could apply for any other collectibles that what you're selling, or just reselling in general. With your items, I think you have to know ahead of time what it is that you're willing to have or willing to accept. What is the minimum price, that what I call the jump price, and stick to your guns. I mean, that's what I do. But I've done this for a while, especially with sports cards. I know I've only been buying and reselling for 7 years, but I've been doing sports cards my whole life. I mean, I was buying and flipping when I was in middle school in the early 90s. And so when it comes to sports cards, I know the market. I understand what can cause prices to go up and down. And so when I have a price in my mind, I don't move from it. It's just what I believe in, establishing a price, and then I let the market as well as the performance of the player to cause me to reevaluate and determine if I want to move that jump price. So yeah, stick to your guns. Don't give up so easy. Don't buy a car for $50 and have a jump price of 150, and you end up selling earlier because somebody's offering you 100, and you're like, oh yeah, I want to double my money. Don't do that. But at the same time, don't you know set the jump price of 150 and then be like, oh gosh, I could probably squeeze out more. I could probably, and I can tell you right now with sports cards, you could just keep going and going and think if you try to squeeze every single dollar, you're gonna end up hurting yourself. And things change. Something happens to the player, he gets hurt or whatever. Next thing you know, the prices are tanking and you're missing out. Never look into the past and think would have, could have, should have. Just keep looking forward. Have that jump price. Don't try to squeeze every dollar, but at the same time, don't settle. There's a balance there. The best example I can give you of having a jump price and sticking to it would be, and not having any regrets about it, would be, I had a Luka Prism rookie, which I have one right now. I'm going to talk about in a minute. This is the Luka Doncic Prism, or Panini Select rookie, but I had a Prism Silver that was PSA 10, and I bought it for, when it was $550 or so, which tells you that it was about a year and a half, close to 2 years ago maybe. But my jump price was $1,500, and it climbed, and I think I had it for like 2,000 on eBay, and somebody gave me like a 1675 offer or something, $175 above my jump price. Obviously, I'm gone out, and that card now, and I knew this at the time, but that it had a chance to really go up. But that card now is, what, $6,000-7,000 plus. And my friends who know that I have that card, they ask me, like, oh, I bet you regret it. I bet you regret it. I don't, because if I keep having regrets like that, then it's going to cause me to just hold on to stuff too long, trying to squeeze every dollar. So I don't believe in that. And you shouldn't either. You should have that jump price, and then once you sell it, who cares what happens after that? It's done. It's over with. You got money. You made money. You take that money, reinvest it in something else, and you move on, and you just keep building that snowball. You just can't live in hindsight like that. I've got one even better. I could go even further back when I had an entire PSA 8 86 Fleer basketball set, of course, which is Jordan rookie, and as well as some other nice rookies. But I had the entire set PSA 8 along with stickers PSA 8. I bought it 2011 or so for a little over $1,900, and I flipped it a few years later for $5,800. Just the Michael Jordan rookie alone in PSA 8 now is what, $15,000 plus. It might even be more now. I don't know. I haven't looked at it lately because I don't have any 86 Fleer stuff or Jordan rookie, so I haven't been following the market on it that close. But I just know it's way up there. So you're talking about the set, tens of thousands of dollars that I could have. Oh, it'd be nice to have it, but at the same time, I don't regret it. I got a nice, 3 times flip out of it or so, and or a little more than 3 times, and I move on. So, all right. So I showed you the Luka rookie that the Panini Select. Picked this up for about $800. That's been about a month ago. Since then, it's gone up a few hundred. It's probably between 11 and 1,200 right now. I don't have it listed. I'm unsure if I want to try to, because it's a recent purchase. I'm unsure if I want to try to sell it in the playoffs. I'm just going to kind of see what happens. I know it's the All-Star Weekend this weekend, which may cause Luka's stuff to temporarily go up a little bit. But I didn't spend $800 to make just a few hundred off of it. I would love to possibly double my money on it at least. I'm not sure if I'll do that. Like I said, it's a wait and see. If the Mavericks end up possibly making the playoffs, I may jump on it and try to get rid of it sooner, or if I don't want to double my money, if I think that it could go more than 2,000, just hold on to it and see what happens a few years down the road, or next year. I mean, I could do that. Also bought a Luka Donruss rookie. It's not the optic; it's just regular Donruss rookie for $405, $405, I think. I got it just a few weeks ago as well. And it's just like the other Luka. I do not have an established jump price on this. I don't even have it in my store yet. I'm just holding on to these and just kind of waiting and see what happens. But there's one thing about buying players like this compared to these prospects or these rookies, is these are established players. Luka's an established player. He's one of the best in the NBA. He's one of the best in the world in basketball in general. And that's the thing too, is he also is a world market type player. He's not just a star here in the United States. He's he's known very well around the world on an international level. So those are safe, pretty safe investments. At the very least, you're talking about me breaking even. I cannot imagine his cards going back or below the prices that I paid for them. Ja Morant's a guy I've been investing in recently. His cards, I think, are undervalued right now. This is the Panini Prism. When I bought this a few weeks back, I paid was $130, I think, for it, and I just bought another. Or no, I paid a little more than that. I think it was 150 to 160 because I got the Mosaic Gem Mint 10 rookie for $130 just a couple of days ago, and it's not gotten here yet. But this is a guy that I want to hold on to his cards for long term, a few years down the road. Everybody goes crazy over Zion. I mean, and Ja Morant gets his respect. He does, but people seem to be more nuts over Zion. I don't like buying, investing too much into big guys who've had some injury history, so like Zion has. So I think he's kind of a distraction for Morant's cards to climb a little bit. So I'll keep buying some Morants as long as I think that they're undervalued. And I don't have any Zions right now, but I do want to have a couple of Zions because I like diversifying a little bit, just like you do with stock if you're investing in stock. So I need to try to find a couple of Zions. I don't know what. I just need to look and see what brands or whatever that I think are a little underpriced maybe for his cards, and or any kind of parallels, and then pick up a few of those. I love Justin Herbert. This is a Panini Prism Orange Laser PSA 9 rookie, and I'm going to be picking up a few more of his cards over the coming weeks as I prepare for the next football season. And also, I'm currently trying to come up with some other guys in regards to who I think may be a little underpriced right now or have a chance to go up when the season gets ready to start. Because any football cards I buy now, I want to flip next season instead of holding further down the road. So my plan there is to flip once the seasons get ready to start or during the season. So I really need to sit down and do some notebook work and figure out what it is that I want to invest in there. I do have some raw cards I've bought. I'm actually going to list this tonight. Ken Griffey Jr. This card is in near mint to mint condition. But I don't just buy PSA cards, but I'll pick up some raw cards, and I bought this. It's been more than a year ago. I only got it for like $20 or $25, and I'm going to list it for $100 tonight. And I'm looking to get a good return on that. I predicted his cards were going to go up, and they did. And I've got a bunch of other rookies. I've probably, I don't know, I couldn't even guess how many Ken Griffey Jr. rookies I have of Upper Deck, Fleer, and Donruss. I've got a bunch of his rookies. And I picked up a lot of those in lots of cards where they were only like a couple of bucks a piece. Same goes for Chris Paul rookies. I paid just a few bucks for these. It's been a while. He's not like on fire or anything right now, but I can sell these for a profit, and I'll probably go ahead and dump those. Mookie Betts, you know, pick these up just for a few bucks a piece, the paper rookie and the chrome rookie. You know, looking to now that baseball season has started, or spring training has started, and once the actual major league season starts up, I'm going to be dumping these off for a nice profit. I don't know. I haven't really looked to see what the prices are lately, but I'm assuming 30, 40 bucks range probably for both the cards together. Maybe a little higher than that, maybe up to 50, 60 bucks by now. I don't know, but we'll see. Bo Jackson football rookie. I think the last I checked, you're looking at about a $50 card or so. I bought this. It's been a few years, but just got it for a few bucks. It's just cards are hot, and some of these cards that I've just picked up from friends or yard sales or at little vendors booths. It's just I buy with a plan. I buy with intention. I try to have some um, you know an idea of what may go up in the future. And some of these cards that I've bought, I think I've made good buys, but I've also had some luck. It's the market really taken off like it has over the last year and continuing to just be hot. That's some luck right now. I have never seen anything like this, and so that's part of the reason why I'm changing my strategy to buy these sports cards. I've been talking more than 20 minutes now, and a lot of that's been on these sports cards. I do want to mention that over the coming weeks, I plan on selling thousands of dollars of worth of cards. This is just a small sample, but I've got sets I want to sell, vintage sets that I invested in over the course of the last 8 to 10 years. Vintage baseball sets. I've got a partial set listed right now. It's a PSA partial set of the 1948 Bowman. I have 30 of the 48 cards. I've got it listed for 2,700, 2,800 right now. I've got 70 tops, 68 tops, 72, 71, all the big sets that are that have the short prints and also condition sensitive, like the 71 top set. My set's in very good to excellent condition with a black border. There's a lot of chipping in that set, but the condition that my set is in, it should sell for about 1,600 right now. As I make these sales, a lot of my store is going to be centered around these cards, or a lot of my sales will be. But I'll still be going out and buying some things in thrift stores. I'll still do my Sunday trips, my Sunday rounds. But the money I'm getting is going back into sports cards, continuing to buy and preparing for like the football season, like I mentioned. But I've also been putting more money into I have a Roth IRA, put money in there. I have dividend stocks that I'm buying through Robinhood that I'll continue to buy there. And I treat those just like how I do these cards. I read up on stuff. I don't watch a whole lot of TV. I'm reading on the market on different things with cards and stocks and things like that. And I love it. It's interesting to me, and it's a hobby in itself. I've even bought some crypto over the last month or two. Crypto is it's a high risk investment, but I've bought some of Bitcoin, I've bought some of Ethereum and Litecoin, and I'm holding that for the long term. I'm talking about years down the road, because I believe in it. I believe it's here to stay. There is a future. I shouldn't act like it's just now started. It's been around, Bitcoin's been around for a while now, and as well as some of the other cryptos, but I just believe in those moving forward, and I think they're good investments, and I could be wrong. But here's the thing. Most of my money is being reinvested in sports cards and not cryptocurrency. I can promise you that. So the money I'm putting in there, it's money that I'm saying that I'm willing to go with my hunch and see what happens in the long run. Because if I'm right, I'm going to get a good return on my investment. And if I'm wrong, even if crypto goes all the way to zero, I'm perfectly fine with that. Okay, so but that's just some changes I've made. I wanted to share that with you guys. I know it's just it may not sound exciting to some of you, maybe so, but don't be afraid to pivot with your money and what you're willing to buy into. Times have changed in regards to uh, just everything from how sports cards are hot, how there's a bigger or a greater attention being given to crypto, not just by um, retail investors, by just everyday Joes, but even big companies now. You even have um, the things like Top Shot, NBA Top Shot, and all these like digital collectibles that everybody's buying and trading and stuff now, and those things are through the roof. Those seem really risky to me, and it may be something that 5 years from now I may slap my forehead and be like, "You idiot! You should have jumped on that," because maybe it stays hot, maybe it just keeps on climbing. I don't know. It's fun to watch, but I tell you, I'm going to sit on the sideline for that. All right. So if you want to take a chance on the NBA Top Shot and some of those other digital art type things that people are buying and causing the market to really take off, then so be it, But don't be afraid to take a risk, but only take a risk with money that you can afford. Remember that. Okay, so that's my advice for the night.